is giving bikini top. Like actually, I would wear this to tan. Like you're done for. This one is similar to the OG cup pads. Actually, let's just like scrunch it up. Let's just scrunch it up and see what happens. I don't find any sort of lifting effect at all. Like all of this is supposed to be like this is lifted right here. This is not lifted. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tracy. I do a lot of fitness and lifestyle content. On the fitness side, I do a lot of activewear reviews specifically for ONER Active. I would love for you to think of me as your one-stop shop to all things ONER Active. And despite me being their product feedback advisor and working with a team, I do pride myself on authenticity, on honesty and transparency. So I'm hoping that with this review and any of my reviews that you find everything that you need to know about any of these capsules. With that being said, today's video is super exciting because we have ONER's 5th birthday and they always go all out on their birthday. This one is no different. We are introducing a new product franchise called EnhanceLift. It's been a long time actually since we've had a new seamless capsule. So we've had Classic Seamless 2.0, we have Effortless, and now we have EnhanceLift. So I guess the short name for it would be called Enhance Seamless. So the lift in its name actually pertains to one of the 4 cycles in the ONER cycle. So we have lift, hybrid, rest and recovery, as well as stretch. EnhanceLift pertains to the lifting side. So this collection is purely for the lifter, the girl who wants to wear performance pieces in the gym and smash her freaking workouts. ACCENTUATE, which is the name of the overarching capsule, contains pieces in multiple product franchises, and this one is to accentuate your natural features and to enhance them. So ACCENTUATE launches on September 25th, which is Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Now there will be early access for gold members. If you don't already know what that is, ONER Active does have a loyalty program. So if you have an account with them, I'm pretty sure all you need is an account and you would have already been a part of their loyalty program. The more that you purchase, the more points that you earn, which equates money back onto future purchases. And if you are a gold member, then you will have early access, which is 4 hours prior to general launch time. And if you are not in one of these 6 time zones, just Google 11 a.m. Central Time and convert it over to whatever time zone that you are in. That was a lot of info right off the bat, and we're just getting started. So let's get into launch details, EnhanceLift, etc., etc. Now, before I get into the ACCENTUATE capsule and all the pieces and colorways and things like that, definitely wanted to set some time aside to talk about the EnhanceLift fabric and all that it entails. Definitely a denser, thicker fabric compared to Effortless. This is going to be made of a PK knit seamless fabric, whereas Effortless is made of a jersey knit seamless fabric. With this being a denser fabric, it can also be more squat proof. There are colors such as the pastel yellow that aren't squat proof. However, for the most part, a lot of these colors are completely squat proof. And of course, I'll do side by sides later on. If I haven't already, I'll put the montage here of the fabric for you to see. But immediately what we can notice from the waistband is that it is a single tier waistband. No double tier, no nothing, just a single tier. It is a medium compression in my true size. So I would say that it's less compressive than Effortless. Effortless having that 2-tier waistband with a thicker ribbing up top, thinner ribbing at the bottom, it just kind of snatches you in a little bit more, whereas this is just going to be compressive throughout with that single waistband. It is a mid-rise legging. However, on gals with shorter torsos, it can fit you high-rise. This definitely fits me high-rise. Like it's at the smallest point in my waist. I don't have to roll it over or anything like that. And I feel pretty compressed. It has really nice tummy control. And I'd say that throughout the entire legging, it's actually a medium compression. Whereas with Effortless, it's high compression in the waist, low compression in the body, very much naked feeling. This fabric, despite it being on the thicker side, definitely molds to your body very well. I don't have to pull anything up or, fix anything at all. So definitely a great fabric to lift in. And something that you'll notice on the side right here is that there are contour lines that are ribbed going to the front as well as the back. The way that the team describes this is called body mapping. So they're taking inspiration from your muscle anatomy and how your muscles kind of flow in your body and putting it onto these seamless leggings, which I love so much. I feel like it's just very intentional given the fact that it's called EnhanceLift. It's made for the lifter, for the athletes who are training for performance, for weightlifting, all of the above. So I love the intentionality behind that. If you turn to the back, then there will be a glute scrunch. So I'm very happy to note that this is the exact same glute scrunch as Effortless. It is a little bit longer, but in its DNA and construction, the exact same. So it is that 5-column glute scrunch that's reinforced on the sides. I can stretch this and play with it as many times as I want, and it's not going to rip. Something that I've always said about Effortless is that the glute scrunch is so durable. Like I've never had a single Effortless pair rip on me in the glute scrunch. ever. So I love that that detail is there to stay. Last but not least, we have this thigh seam at the bottom right here that's also ribbed to mimic the rest of the legging essentially. It is a little bit tight. I'll talk about that later on, but overall, this fabric is super durable, very nice quality. It does feel a little bit cooling to the touch as well, and you would expect, again, for something like this to be a little bit more stiff and hard to mold to your body, but I didn't have that experience at all. Fits and feels very, very nice. Now, comparing this to the Effortless shorts as well as Classic Seamless 2.0, I'll go ahead and put montages up here on the screen for you guys to see, but first thing to note about Effortless, at least, very high compression, very much an ultra high rise legging, right? Like it goes up like halfway up my ribs, you know what I mean? The body is going to be very naked feeling compared to EnhanceLift. Like it really does just feel like there's nothing on your body at all, whereas you can definitely feel like you're wearing something whenever you're wearing EnhanceLift. However, both mold to your body very nicely. And then for Classic Seamless, I would say that if Classic Seamless and Effortless had a baby, it would be EnhanceLift. Classic Seamless was a little bit more stiff almost. Like I just don't like the quality of this seamless. There's a reason why it's discontinued. But yeah, I don't know. This fabric just didn't really mold to my body very well. I didn't really enjoy the fact that there wasn't a glute scrunch because it was just really difficult to mold into your glutes and whatnot. I know that the glute scrunch isn't for everybody, so definitely know your preferences and whatnot. But personally speaking, I love me a glute scrunch legging. I think it's so flattering, and I wouldn't say that this glute scrunch is any more or less noticeable than the one from Effortless. Like you know what you're getting into when you wear a glute scrunch legging. It's gonna go in between your cheeks and then it's just gonna settle there. Whether it's gonna show for me over others is going to also depend on your glute length. I would consider my glutes to be like regular. I don't think I have the shortest glutes in the world. I don't think I have the longest glutes in the world. Typically on me, glute scrunches are like a little bit visible at the top for Effortless and for EnhanceLift. It just kind of depends on like your crack and your glute anatomy, if I'm gonna be honest. The last question, do I prefer EnhanceLift over Effortless? My honest to God answer is that they're a little bit too different, and I haven't had enough time with these leggings for me to really tell. I just think they're very different. I think that EnhanceLift has features that I like more than Effortless, such as the mid-rise as an example, but then there are other features about Effortless that I also enjoy, like how the fabric in the body is more low compression. Yeah, there's just different things about both. I think that they both have similar use cases, but it's just going to be a preference thing at the end of the day. With this being a medium compression throughout, this is the legging that I'm gravitating to whenever I don't want something to suck my life away, aka unified, aka Effortless, but I also don't want something that's so low compression that I don't have any tummy control, aka soft motion. So this is the perfect in between Effortless / unified and soft motion, where I feel held in, feel good, feel confident, and I definitely want something more squat proof as an example. So yeah, there's pros and cons to each of them. They are worth trying 100%. I'll go into those details whenever we actually get there. Just wanted to talk about the fabric as a whole, and I really hope that this helps. Alrighty, let's dive into the actual ACCENTUATE capsule itself, starting out with colorways and color comparisons. We do have a couple, actually a lot of colorways that are coming back. First and foremost being pastel yellow. So we just saw this in the soft motion restock. I'll go ahead and put color comparisons as well as fabric comparisons on the screen for you guys. We also have plum brown coming back. I don't even remember the last time that we saw this colorway. Again, I'll post color comparisons on the screen, followed by fabric comparisons. We also have true blue coming out. Same thing here, color comparisons, fabric comparisons. And then of course we have black, washed black, white, coal, and charcoal marl, which again, color comparisons for the grays at least will be on the screen. And then last but not least, we do have two new colorways that are being introduced. First and foremost is the color that I'm wearing right now, which is charged coral. I love this colorway. Like if y'all had to ask me, this is my favorite color out of the entire capsule collection. I feel like it goes so well with every single one of these. Like I could mix and match this with yellow, the brown, even with the blue for like a little bit more of a retro vibe, 70s vibe. Yeah, I think this color is so bright, so fun. And last but not least, a beautiful pinky color. We have burnt maroon. I'll post color and fabric comparisons on the screen for you to see. Overall, I love this palette. I think it's so fun. It's so mix and matchable. Like I'm a sucker for a mix and match, guys. I can't lie. You have two fun spring / summer colors, but then you also have like more fall transitional colors, as well as your staple colorways such as coal, true blue, black and white, etc. Next up, let's talk about the pieces coming out. Starting off, we have the EnhanceLift Seamless Minimal Halter Bralette, which is what I am wearing right now. We also have the EnhanceLift Seamless Strappy Sports Bra, which is right up here. For the tops, you have the EnhanceLift Seamless Crop Jacket. Now this is going to be even more cropped than the Timeless Crop Jacket. Next up, you have the bottoms, so the EnhanceLift Seamless Shorts, as well as the EnhanceLift Seamless Leggings. Moving on to foundations, so lounge, we have the new Foundations Oversized Honor 25 Crew Neck Hoodie, the Oversized Shorts, and then you actually have two longer bottoms, so we have the cuffed joggers as well as the straight legs. Last but not least, we do have a fitted baby t-shirt coming out, but that is going to be it for this capsule, you guys. Before we get into the review, I'll go ahead and put my measurements and sizing up here on the screen. As always, they will also be listed down in the description, as well as timestamps for every single one of these products. So feel free to skip through to whatever products that you are eyeing for a full in-depth review. If you guys are shopping this launch or just any other launch and would like to support me and what I do, then I'll leave my support link right down here, as well as my discount code. It's just going to be my name, Tracy. Shopping via my link and using my code at checkout supports me and lets the team know that I sent you, that I helped you out, and that you want to keep these reviews coming. Let's just jump right into the actual review. Let's start out with what I'm wearing. This is going to be the EnhanceLift Seamless Minimal Halter Neck Bralette. I'm wearing charged coral in a size small, and yeah, I heard this was as minimal as it's gonna get, and I really hope that's the case, because it's an itty bitty teeny tiny sports bra, you guys. Like, it is so tiny. It's giving bikini top. Like, actually, I would wear this to tan. I would wear this to the lake paddleboarding or something. Not functional for the gym, for me and my bust at least. I'm a 32D. I would definitely say that this bra is made for the A to B cup girls for sure. I picked this up solely to review for you guys, but yeah, it's just know what you're getting into whenever you buy this bra, okay? But details about this bra, actually, I'll go ahead and post comparisons up here on the screen for you to see. This compared to the Easy Lift Minimal V-neck bralette, as well as the Soft Motion Halter Neck bralette. All three are very minimal sports bras, but this one definitely takes the cake in terms of being the most minimal. Like, the area between the band to the actual V dip itself is going to be the most minimal out of all of them. Same thing for bust coverage, for the back band, for the neck, everything, guys. Let's talk details. This is going to be more like a triangle shaped cup. Definitely a plunging V neckline. It does have contour detailing all throughout the sides to mimic that body mapping, like I mentioned once again. And then the bottom band here, there is going to be a silicone lining all throughout the band, so that way you have a little bit of support and it prevents it from, you know, riding up and everything. But I will say, whenever you wear this bra without the cup pads, because it doesn't come with cup pads, I actually had to put some in. I at least definitely experienced some riding up. Whenever I put the pads in though, it helps with that a lot, actually. Like, I'll put side by sides here in a second, but the cup pads that I put in, they're an extra small cup pads. So I actually had to go down a size in the cup pads, and then they fit perfectly. Like, as you can see, fits perfectly. But the team mentioned that they didn't want to put cup pads in it because they felt like it would look a little bit awkward. If I were to put small cup pads in here, it would be way too big, and I agree, it would look pretty strange. But if you have any bra that, you know, is a size down and you need cup pads in the bra and you want to buy this bra, then that's the way to do it. No cup pads though, I still feel is definitely a choice, because like you're nipping in this bra, okay? Like, it is double lined and there are inserts, obviously, seeing as I put the cup pads in there. But I feel like if we're gonna do inserts, then we might as well just do cup pads in there as well. Like, I wore this in Miami and I was headlight central. Like, you could spot me from a mile away. I just can't do without the cup pads, but to each their own. I like the option of taking them out rather than just not having them at all. I feel like adding cup pads just like gives a little bit more support as well. Again, seeing as whenever I'm raising my arms, the silicone's actually doing something and keeping the bottom band a bit lower than without the cup pads. But that's my little rant on cup pads. Anywho, you do have the ONER engineered logo on the upper left hand side right there, very small, and then turning to the side, very low coverage. Definitely, once again, meant for IBTC, because this is just straight side boob right there. It tapers all the way to the back, and then you have the thinnest bottom band of all time. I will say though, very flattering for like a back day. I have a picture from the gifting suite in Miami. I'll put it somewhere up here, but my back was looking crazy. It was looking a little bit crazy. Like, the ratios were insane, y'all. But yeah, this is going to be a very minimal back band. The actual back band itself does not have the silicone, but the silicone stops like right when the band starts. And then the neck is, once again, a halter neck. It does have an adjustable strap. Thank the freaking ONER Active gods for the adjustable strap. Like, I've been fighting tooth and nail for adjustability, you guys. So the fact that we have adjustability in all of these bras, I'll take credit for that. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I've been in the trenches fighting for adjustability in these bras. So thank the freaking Lord we have that, and hopefully we continue to have them for essentially any ONER Active bra that can house adjustability. Now, the strap itself is super stretchy, so I feel like it's not digging in my neck too much. It digs in as much as a normal halter neck bra digs into my traps. It's gonna be uncomfortable over time. However, initially, it's just the fact that I have adjustability that I appreciate, because if it gets a little bit too tight, I just like slide the adjuster a little bit and I'm good to go. But yeah, after wearing this for what, 20 or so minutes now, I do get those marks at my neck on that side as well. But again, compared to other sports bras or halter bras that I've tried, this is not so uncomfortable to the point that it's like weighing my neck down or anything. But yeah, I feel fine up here. Let's talk sizing. Actually, let me change into the other bra and then we'll talk sizing, because with the cup pads in, I feel like you're not really able to see what I'm talking about. So I'll be back. Okay, here's the bra without the cup pads. I actually had to put little like nipple covers in, because if it had cup pads in there, for one, it would show through, but also without the cup pads, you can like kind of make out the shadow of my areola. So yeah, we're putting cup pads in. And as you can see, I feel like there's just so much wrinkling in this. It is a little bit ill-fitting, I'm not gonna lie, because it just runs big. Like you have that gaping on the side right here that is very reminiscent of the OG version of the EasyLift minimal V-neck bralette, right? Like whenever it first launched in the birthday collection from last year, actually. Yeah, without the cup pads, I feel like you get a lot more riding up as well. Like you can see under boob here. And I do remember some of the athletes who are a part of the IBTC saying that it runs big on them as well. And yes, you could tighten this strap. However, that would just make it so much more uncomfortable and then potentially cause it to ride up even more, because the silicone band isn't really doing much. I feel like without it, it'd be a lot worse. Like it would ride up even more. But right now, like it's still riding up despite the silicone band being there. It helps, but not a crazy amount. And then, yeah, I just also wished that there was adjustability back here, just so you have the option of adjusting if you wanted to, because immediately as soon as I like pull this back a little bit, there's no more gaping. But then the fear is that it would dig into your lats type of thing. But then if you had adjustability, you wouldn't have to worry about that, because you could just like adjust the fit to however you want it to fit. You know what I mean? Yeah, as it fits right now, there's no digging in my lats or anything. It's just the fact that like without the cup pads, it lacks structure. So there's wrinkling here, here, under here, on the side, and I think cup pads would help it immensely. I do think that it runs big. If you are IBTC and are in between sizes, I would say to size down rather than up, which is like a crazy thing to say because it's already so small, which is why I say that this is an IBTC bra. I'm not sizing down in this bra. Like I do have a larger bust for my frame at least, and I do wear extra small in bras sometimes, but with this being so small, in my larger size small, I just already wouldn't really wear this too much anyway because it's just my preferences. But yeah, you're not gonna catch me sizing down in this, guys. It's just already such a minimal bra. A to B cup though, if in between, size down, because it does run a smidge big. It does. Now, moving on to the second and final bra that we have launching in this capsule, I have the EnhanceLift Seamless Strappy Bralette. I'm wearing a size small in plum brown. And guys, I love this bra. Look at this coverage. I mean, for me and my body at least, I feel like it has nice coverage throughout the sides and everything. The front is going to be a bit of a plunging V-neck. However, it's still so flattering. It has full coverage for everything all around. Very, very comfortable. Like it is a little bit more of a simple silhouette, but it does the job. This compared to the other bra, this is definitely my favorite out of the capsule, not only for my own preferences, but just how it fits as a whole. This is a little bit more true to size. It runs slightly big, but I'll talk about that here in a sec. Let's actually just talk through details and comparisons and whatnot. I'll compare this to the Effortless Strappy Bralette from like ages ago. I think from like 2023, 12 Days of Gains. I'll put those side by sides up here on the screen for you to see, but this one definitely has more coverage than that one. It has a more triangle type shape for the bust as well, compared to that one being a little bit more of a sweetheart neckline. That one also had a scrunch in the middle, whereas this one does not. And then they both have straps that cross in the back and then meet at a thinner bottom band. This one definitely has a thinner bottom band than the Effortless Strappy Bralette, which allows for it to be more of this like open back situation. And both have adjustable straps. Shout out team. But guys, these freaking cup pads, they're actually not the OG cup pads. I actually have a sample here for cup pads to trial, but this one is similar to the OG cup pads. It's definitely on the thicker side and it's very plushy as well. I feel like it's softer throughout the middle than the OG cup pads are, and just a little bit thicker as well. But so far, like I'm not getting any, actually, let's just like scrunch it up. Let's just scrunch it up and see what happens, because I'm gonna wash this bra with the cup pads inside anyway. I know that you're not supposed to do that. Like you're supposed to take the cup pads out of your bras and then just wash the bra, but I personally am too lazy for that. And I'm constantly just like chucking my bras in the wash without taking the cup pads out. So if we unravel this, there are a couple wrinkles in it. I'm not gonna lie, there are a couple wrinkles, but the wrinkles are actually going away. That's kind of crazy. Like, did we just see that in real time? I feel like it had way more wrinkles before, like when I just unraveled it versus now. Okay, shout out ONER. I'll continue testing these. I'll put it in the wash, the dryer, and then let y'all know how it plays out. But initial thoughts is that it's very plushy. I'm not seeing no nip, not seeing any nip from the side. The team is listening, period. Love to see it. So again, dyed to match removable cup pads in here. Has an elasticated bottom band that is ribbed down here as well. So whenever you raise your arms up, there's no riding up whatsoever. Let's go ahead and do a little gape test right here. I am getting a slight bit of gaping in the center right there. And then on the sides, Just a little bit. I'm still getting a little bit, but the back fits great. No digging in the lats whatsoever. The straps are nice and stretchy and comfortable, and because you're able to adjust them, no digging in the traps. Period. So let's go ahead and talk sizing. I do think that this bra is true to size, but it does run just a little bit big. It's very, very stretchy and forgiving though, like a very comfortable seamless bra. I feel like some other seamless bras that Honor's released have been just a little bit of a hit or miss, but this is a solid bra, you guys. I feel like it's definitely MTC friendly or like medium titty committee friendly. A lower support bra for the BTC, so bigger titty committee, but still workable for BTC. True to size, but runs a little bit big. Like I get gaping just a little bit right here, and then the sides are a little bit wrinkly as well. So if you're in between sizes, I would say to size down, but otherwise true to size, and I really like this bra. Alrighty friends, next up we have the EnhanceLift crop jacket. I'm wearing true blue in a size small. I also have an extra small to compare, and I'll do like a whole outfit change for that because I feel like burnt maroon with charged coral, it's just not the best color mix and match, you know, but this is giving retro. I love me a good coral and like navy blue, true blue mix and match. So here we go. Now this is going to be Honor's most cropped jacket that we've seen in a long time. I think they've only had like one other cropped tight fitting jacket at least, and it was the timeless cropped jacket. I unfortunately do not have that jacket to compare, but I just know off the top of my head from what I remember that this is way shorter than that. Like it's going to be an itty bitty tiny jacket. It's supposed to hit like right where your sports bra hits, and for me it definitely does do that with both an extra small and a small. It's going to have the same body mapping contour details all throughout the side, and I'll go ahead and post pictures if I have any for you to see. It does feature a mock collar up here, which is very stretchy, but it actually does touch your neck. So if you know that you have like some sort of neck irritation, then you might not want to wear this all the way up. It's actually giving scuba gear. In addition to the mock collar and the zipper, we have an engineered logo on the left hand side, as well as raglan sleeves once again. So they just made this change to the unified jackets where instead of doing a set in sleeve where the seam starts right here, they're actually making it start kind of where the collar is. So that way it's more comfortable whenever you move around, which I love. And then you have these long sleeves that do have the ribbed detailing on the inside of the sleeve going all the way down to the wrist where there is going to be thumb holes. I love how these are sewn right here. Like it's just very sleek, very high quality, and I just love me a good thumb hole. So I'm glad that we at least have the option versus without it. I will say though that these sleeves run a little bit big. Whenever I try the extra small on, you'll see as well. But for me personally, I just prefer whenever a sleeve like actually cinches me in. Nothing to the point where it's not breathable, but I just like for it to look sleek and smooth. This and a size extra small. There's just so much wrinkling in the sleeves right there that it just feels like it's running big. But if we turn to the back, then you also have the same body mapping contour details as well. And then the ONER ACTIVE logo right there back and center. It is single lined as well, so it's not gonna be like your thickest piece either. The thing for me about this though is that like you raise your arms one time and then that happens. Like if I'm doing lat pull downs, like you're done for. If you're a cropped jacket girly, you might like this as a little like cover for your bra and whatnot, but it's just not the most functional piece at all. I probably would wear this zipped down. I feel like it's a little bit cuter that way. But then also I'm like, where's the rest of the jacket? You know what I mean? So yeah, to each their own. I feel like this is definitely a preference thing. I'm kind of wishing that we had a longer jacket. Like if we had a seamless BBL jacket, they wanted to reintroduce the cropped jacket, seeing as they did receive feedback that gals were wanting this to come back. So there you go. Let's go ahead and try on the extra small. Alrighty, extra small is on, and I have a full burnt maroon fit. I love this color. It's just such a pretty color. I feel like it's so similar to berry, but just like a little bit more pigmented in the pink. I love it though. But anyway, extra small and the crop jacket is on, and the sleeves definitely fit loads better this time. However, whenever you're bending your arm, you still kind of get that wrinkling all throughout. Like it's loose right here where your wrist is as well. So it just, to me, feels like the bottom half of it is running a little bit big, whereas the top half, like where my bicep and tricep is, fits fine. There's a little bit of wrinkling where my elbow is, so maybe it starts even higher than that, like right here, honestly. But yeah, it's just a little bit loose. Definitely fits way better here, like where the band is. For the small, it was just so big that you actually had a little bit of gaping like out here, and then the back was just a little bit loose, whereas this fits perfectly around like my rib cage at least, and then zipping it all the way up. Same situation here where the zipper actually kind of like touches my neck a little bit, but the neckline is stretchy. Let's just do like a lat pull down. I actually wish that this had the silicone underband at least to help prevent it from riding up. Definitely not the most functional jacket at all. Makes for a cute cover, I would say to stick true to size. If you're in between sizes, go ahead and size down actually rather than size up. The sizing up, I just feel like it's just so loose around this area that it just doesn't feel like a fitted jacket anymore. And then the sleeves might be a little bit too baggy on you as well if you were to size up. So yeah, true to size or size down if in between. All right guys, let's get to the meat and bones of this review. This is going to be the EnhanceLift seamless shorts. I'm wearing a size extra small. I also have a small to compare for you guys, and I'll do that later on in the review when I talk about sizing. Before I talk about my thoughts, let's actually go through the details. This is going to have a single tier waistband, no dual tier like Effortless or anything like that. However, it is holding me in. I feel like there's a good amount of tummy control right here, and it's giving a solid medium compression in my true size. This is going to be less compressive in the waist than Effortless is, but more compressive in the body. Even though this is a mid-rise legging slash short, this is hitting me perfectly high rise at the small of my waist. I have a very, very short torso, and for all of my Effortless shorts, I'm rolling the waistband down by half. But with this, I don't have to do that. Like, it already sits perfectly where it's supposed to sit, and I love that we have a mid-rise option now just because we've been needing it for so long. I would definitely assess your torso length whenever you're buying this if you're interested in it, because again, if you have a shorter torso, it might hit you perfectly high rise, whereas for gals who have longer torsos, it might actually hit you under your belly button sitting at a true mid-rise. You also have contour detailing along the sides, a little bit similar to Effortless in the sense that you have this ribbing going all the way back to cup the glutes, whereas the front one, there's just all sorts of detailing all throughout the front, all the way down to like the center of your legs. This is going to be ribbed all throughout, whereas I feel like Effortless has more of a waffled texture. I honestly love the contour lines. I feel like it's subtle, nothing in your face at all, but it also does bits, you know what I mean? So if we turn to the back, then you also have a very slight widow's peak type of contour detailing to mimic a tapered glute seam, and then very, very slightly up top, I'll show pictures if I have any, but you also have this little bit right up here as well where it just kind of contours your booty. The scrunch is also going to resemble the Effortless glute scrunch with the 5-column scrunch, reinforced, very, very durable, except for it's going to be a little bit longer than the Effortless one is. I personally do not find that this one is more or less visible than the Effortless one. All scrunches I feel like are visible to me, so I do like the scrunch. I find that it's very flattering, separates the cheeks very nicely. This is very easy to kind of like mold into your cheeks, and then all throughout the legging, the compression is going to be the same. So there's not going to be like a butt pocket or anything like that for your butt to sit in. It's just going to be medium compression throughout. Now, this does have a tighter thigh seam at the bottom right here, and the intended effect was for it to be lifting the glutes. However, I'm not getting anything like that. Like, if anything, I'm getting sausage thighs. It's cinching in a little bit too much here, and my natural butt crease is right down here. With this cinching in underneath, it's kind of causing this, again, sausage thigh situation where I kind of have like a double crease. I personally don't like that. This is just naturally where the leggings hit me. Like, once I mold the scrunch into my glutes, this is exactly where it's sitting. There's no excess fabric or anything at all. This is very, very true to size. However, if I were to make this more flattering and have this seam sit right underneath my glutes, there's going to be a lot of creasing right here, and then this is just not comfortable. If you wanted this to actually lift the glutes, then the ribbing should go all the way up to sit like right under where your crease is, but this is just going to be the actual thigh seam. Like, that's the extent of how high up this goes, and therefore for me personally, I don't find any sort of lifting effect at all. Like, all of this is supposed to be like this is lifted right here. This is not lifted. I'm actually gonna go ahead and mold it up for the thigh seam to sit right underneath my glutes, so that way we can see what it's supposed to look like. And from what I've been seeing, everybody's been wearing these shorts kind of like micro shorts, so they're actually putting the thigh seam like right up to where the crease of their glutes are. Kind of like wedge this up a little bit like that, and then same thing on this side, kind of like pulling this up, so that way you're taking everything and like pushing it upwards to lift it up, so it looks like this. And I guess if you had it like that, then yeah, like you are lifting the glutes because you're pushing everything up. But then I just get this situation down here, and I just find that to not be flattering. Like, I personally just don't think that this is flattering on me because I have a lot of cellulite down here, and my glutes aren't perky. They don't just round up and then come down into my hamstring. I have some hamstring fat down here, or maybe that's just muscle. I like to call it muscle. So I just find that whenever I have this effect, it's just not flattering on me and I just have a lot of cellulite peeking through. And then in the front, holy crap guys, there is so much fabric right here. If I were to have it sitting like this, it's just all bunched up right at my freaking crotch. And with this fabric being denser and thicker as well, it's just not doing anything for me personally. I find that it kind of hides the contour detailing on the sides as well. So yeah, like you have this little micro short situation and the back might be flattering, but for me, it's like my glute is eating up this thigh seam. It's kind of like folding in on itself and it's just not, I just feel like it's not the intended look. That's my little rant about these. I'm gonna make it sit all the way down again. I don't know, it might be more flattering like this, but I just personally find that so uncomfortable. I'm just not gonna be wearing it like that. So this is it all the way down. I find that the thigh seam digs in way less. Like whenever you have it all the way down like this, don't get it twisted. It's still going to, you know, eat up at your hamstring a little bit if you have, you know, thicker hamstrings, but there's no movement whatsoever. It's staying put. The issue with the sample that I tried, so again, I've trialed this since last September. The thigh seam wasn't tight enough. Due to that, oh my gosh, I'm telling you guys, it was going up like this. There was no compression whatsoever. I'm thinking that multiple people provided that feedback, which is why they tightened this. So I wore it the long way. I wore it the ultra short way. If I were to actually hike it up to where I usually like to wear my effortless shorts at least, I would have it right here. I am gonna get some creasing right there. This is a couple inches below my glutes. This is where I typically have my effortless shorts. And whenever I do that with these, the creasing, inevitable. It is what it is. I get it with effortless as well. Maybe I've just worn seamless shorts for so long now that I'm used to this situation. But on effortless, because the thigh seam isn't as like constricting, I just don't get the same amount of under butt sausage thigh situation as I do with these. And if I were to do that for both of the shorts, and this is how it looks on my glutes in the front, I feel like this is truly giving like 5-inch short. The other one was almost giving biker short on me just because it was like halfway down my thighs almost, but this is truly how I would wear my effortless shorts. I'm gonna go ahead and try on a size small and I'll get back to you guys. This is a whole think piece right now, as it should be. You know what I mean? But I'll be back. All right, actually, I wanted to do a little piece on how to hike up your shorts and whatnot. This is how they look when you just put them on, no molding, no nothing. The scrunch is literally sitting outside of my glutes. It's giving uni butt. This is what you're gonna wanna do to mold your shorts to fit the correct way. You're gonna wanna take the bottom hem right here, pull it up to where you usually have your shorts sit. I usually like my shorts to fit like that. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. And this is a small, by the way, in burnt maroon. All right, so we're gonna have these sit here. It looks kind of funky right now, but then once we turn to the back, we're actually going to take the fabric from the side, push it up and back into the glutes, do a little dancey dance to shift it in there. Now that the scrunch is in your glutes, you're gonna wanna pull up the waistband for it to actually sit correctly, like so, and then just fix the front a little bit because there's bound to be like a little bit of creasing and folding here and there. And there you have it. Like, this is how it's supposed to sit. Not like whatever the frick it was doing earlier. But once again, I'm wearing a size small and honestly, it fits pretty similarly to extra small. It's just a little bit more comfy. Kind of similar to how I size for effortless as well. In lighter colors, I like to size up, whereas in darker colors or just normally, I just stick true to size for extra small. This is giving moderate to medium compression actually. I feel like you can very easily tell the difference right here. The waistband has some good snapback, but it is just a tad bit looser fitting. You can see right here, there's just a little bit of excess fabric right here where it's kind of wrinkling a little bit. Definitely take note of that as well. With it being more comfortable comes extra fabric. I definitely feel like the thigh opening is just a tad bit more comfortable as well. It's not digging in nearly as much. It's still gonna, you know, cinch you. Don't get me wrong, but this is what the back is looking like. I don't find that there's excess fabric or anything up here at all. I don't find it being loose or anything like that either. Scrunch is sitting in my cheeks. I honestly don't prefer one over the other. I find both to be flattering. This legging is true to size. If you're in between sizes, I would say to size up though. I do think that these are worth a try. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. It's really just going to be the thigh situation. If you are a gal with thicker thighs and you just know that something like this is going to irritate you, then I would absolutely say to go for the leggings. I love how the leggings fit. I'll talk about them here in a second, but I really do like the fabric as a whole. I find that it molds to your body super well. I think the contour lines are very flattering. Love the waist and everything as well. It would be insane if we had a version of this later down the line that had ribbing going all the way up to the curve of your under glute to really give you that lift. But as of right now, I personally do not find that it gives me that lift. I do think that this is more durable than effortless is, different than effortless obviously, and a great reintroduction to a new seamless line that we've been missing for, you know, a couple years now. Alrighty, moving on to the leggings. I'm wearing Plum brown size extra small regular length, and this does fit me at a 7/8 length. However, you could easily just like push the fabric down a little bit, mold it how you want it, and then boom, there you go. That's a full length legging right there. With seamless bottoms, it makes it super easy to just place the fabric wherever you want it. That was just so easy, and now it's back to being 7/8 length. I'll put inseam somewhere on the screen for you guys to see, but leggings, literally the same thing as the shorts, but in legging form, aka no bottom thigh seam or anything to cinch your thighs. I like the leggings more than the shorts just due to that fact alone. These are so flattering. Are you joking? And it literally fits my waist perfectly. There's no gaping, nothing being loose, no rolling, sliding, anything at all. I can squat a crap ton of times and it's just gonna stay put. Again, medium compression in the waist and then medium compression all throughout the body. This is going to be a bit of a warmer legging solely because of the fact that it is a little bit denser, which is why, again, I say that it's just different preferences for Effortless versus this. Effortless being such a thin, naked feeling fabric in the body, at least, is gonna be way more doable for somebody like me who lives in Texas where it's super hot. Whereas if you live in colder climates, this is going to be your girl. Like, it's definitely a bit of a warmer legging for sure. At the bottom right here, and I'll put pictures on the screen for you to see, there is going to be a thick ribbing going from mid-calf all the way down to the bottom hem right there to basically just cinch everything in and not have the legging be loose. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes for Effortless, the bottom, it can be just a little bit loose because it's just such a stretchy fabric that it actually doesn't sit like skin tight. This does that perfectly. I don't feel like the ribbing is too tight or constrictive at all. It literally just stays put. This whole legging is just staying in place and I love these so much. This is definitely true to size. If you're in between sizes, I would say to size up, but overall, I love how these fit. Last but not least, wanted to run you guys through some lounge pieces. So I have the Foundations Oversized shorts. This is going to be in burnt maroon size small. I'm telling you, like, I just don't know why I keep sizing up in these more oversized blocks, but this is so oversized, you guys. It's literally fitting almost low rise on me. I'll put measurements and inseam somewhere up here on the screen for you to see, but this is actually my first time trying out the Foundations shorts. It launched earlier this year in a silent drop back when the US gals couldn't get their hands on it yet, but to my knowledge, this should be the same exact fit that we've been seeing for those shorts. So if you have any of these, then stick to that same size. This is already washed, so as we can see, it kind of has that like washed look. On the right hand side, you have 25, and then on the left hand side, you actually have a boucle logo here that says OA, and I love this so much. Like, it's giving high quality, so nice. I actually really like the logoing on these. I love me a big varsity looking type of graphic, so this is it for me. It has two pockets on the sides right here that can definitely fit my phone with ease, and then on the right hand side, you do also have that hidden zippered pocket as well as all Foundations pieces do. It does come with draw cords on the inside for you to cinch in if you need to, which I feel like I definitely need to in order for it to sit high rise, but on me, it is size up. Like, this definitely looks big. I feel like I could have stayed to my normal size extra small in bottoms and it still would have been quite oversized, but right now I'm kind of drowning in it. Still comfortable nonetheless, but yeah, definitely true to size, or I mean, I would say to size down, but it's ultimately dependent on how you like for your lounge to fit. For me personally, with how baggy and big these are, I definitely could have stuck to my normal size extra small and been perfectly fine. All right, last bottoms I have are going to be the joggers. This is going to be, again, size small short length this time. So if you guys recall my ONER Active X Brenda video, I actually did small regular. So this time I did small short just because the regular, it was dragging. I'll put comparisons on the screen right here for you to see, but it's the same exact block except for, you know, the inseam's a little bit shorter, waist measures the same, legs and hip measures the same. The best way to describe this new oversized fit is that the waist is gonna be true to size. However, the legs and hips are going to be 2 sizes larger. So if I'm wearing a size small right now, legs and hips are going to be a size large. Like, that's how oversized these are. So I would say stick to your normal waist size, like go according to your waist size for sure. Do not size up or anything because it's already insanely oversized. I feel like this baggier fit is so long overdue now. Like, I've been begging ONER for a more oversized fit, and I think once I size down to an extra small where the waist is fitting me perfectly, I'll be okay. But as of right now, this is definitely on the baggier side, but has the same 2 side pockets with the 3rd hidden zippered pocket on the right hand side right there. The number 25 is heat pressed in on the right hand side, and then once again you have that boucle OA logo on the left hand side in that looks like charcoal gray almost, but very, very high quality, very soft. Love that more like varsity look. And then of course they have the cuffed bottoms as well. On me being 5'2", the short length is perfectly baggy on me. I will not be sizing up to a regular this time around. I'll put inseams on the screen for you guys to see right here. And then the back is going to be just plain. And this is gonna come in cuffed joggers and straight legs. I don't have the straight legs to share, but I imagine they're the same, except for that they're, you know, straight legs. Okay, so I fixed my lighting because for the joggers, it was not it. Like I had been filming for so long now that I didn't even realize that the sun had already set. Sorry guys, but here we go. Last but not least, a couple of lounge tops. I have the Foundations Oversized hoodie. I'm wearing a size small in pastel yellow. And guys, this is like the perfect oversized fit because my big issue with the other Foundations hoodies, like the OG ones, was that whenever I would size up, it was really wide, but it didn't have enough length. This is giving length, you guys. And again, this is a size small. I sized up one size from normal, and this is literally covering my glutes. And it's big and baggy. Like the sleeves are all baggy and stuff too. It's so relaxed. I actually really, really love this hoodie, you guys. Definitely stick true to size because it's already going to be a crazy oversized fit. Like this is a nice fit. And with Foundations, as we know, the inner fabric is going to be this like fleece lining that's super plushy, very, very soft, very high quality, very warm. So as we transition into the fall winter season, these are going to be perfect. Again, has that huge boucle graphic that just says honor on it. Very, very soft. Once again, you have this lighting. Now that I fixed it, you can see the boucle so much better. And it has a big, huge kangaroo pocket. And then on the inside, you also have a hidden zippered pocket as well to store like your keys, card, things of that nature. It's cuffed at the bottom right here as well as the sleeves. And then the back is completely plain. Nothing to see there. This is what the hood looks like when on. Oh yeah, dude, that's an oversized hood. I like that. No bad things to say. Stick true to size in your normal top size for an already oversized fit. But of course, you can size however you want for it to fit however you want. Last but not least, we have this cotton baby t-shirt. I'm wearing a size small. And guys, I'm currently wearing plum brown underneath, and you literally can't see, I don't want to say like a single thing, but I mean like it's covering a lot. And keep in mind, I have these like studio lights shining at me right now, but coming up close, obviously this is not my freaking skin tone, but definitely wear a color that's closer to your skin tone for it to not show through. If I were to wear coral or something, it absolutely would show through, but I'm kind of shocked right now. This is a single lined fabric. Also, I did size up though. I typically wear a size extra small in these cotton baby tees, but I decided to, not my underwear showing. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just so oversized that my freaking underwear is showing. Ew, that's gross. Sorry. Anywho, yeah, I used to wear a size extra small, but I just found that it was like way too freaking tight. This is so much more comfortable. Honestly, if I wore a size extra small, you'd probably be able to see the plum brown through, but because I sized up and it's not nearly as freaking skin tight, you're not able to see anything. Also, this is very stretchy. So yeah, definitely with this top, if in between sizes, go on and size up. Now onto the piece. This is just gonna have heat sealed logos on it. It just has honor in black and then 25 in the back right there. And I'm not gonna lie, this is like a really, really random piece. I don't think it goes well with anything here. Like, I don't think we even have anything with like a black honor logo that curved like that. I don't know. I felt like they just kind of like tossed this in as a nod to the 5th birthday. But if you like it, then to each their own. True to size or size up if in between. Alrighty friends, that is gonna be it for this video. I really, really hope that you found this helpful. I put my heart and soul into these freaking graphics, into these comparisons, montages side by side. So I hope that it gave you everything that you needed to know about ACCENTUATE, about EnhanceLift, and that you feel good and confident going into Thursday for a launch. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to drop them down below. I will be watching my comments like a freaking hawk and making sure that you guys are taken care of before Thursday, which again is when the launch is. So the 25th at 11 a.m. Central Time. And once again, there will be early access for gold members. So take note of these times right here. If you ended up finding this video helpful and would like to support me, I will put my support link right down here, as well as my discount code. Shopping via my link and then using my code at checkout supports me and saves you money. And if you have other points to redeem or a discount code that saves you more money and would still like to support me and credit your order to me, then shopping via my support link and then entering your code at checkout would be the best way to do that. Thank you so much for your support in advance. I really hope that you guys love these pieces, but I should have a video up for you guys next week. But like, subscribe, do all the things. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at TracyBFit for more content on the daily, as well as Q&As. Any updates that I have, I always give it to you guys in live time over on my Instagram broadcast channel. Otherwise, I think that's it from me. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.